And we're live. Hi, everybody. This is like the pre-show of the Buyers and Sellers Show. I'm Jay Skinner, and I get on here just a little early so that you can check it out, get on. Everybody gets on board because there's always a delay on the live. So I start 10:35, which will be about another minute, and away we go. The topic today is going to be about getting things done, moving forward. Don't quit and being real. And I know that you're going to enjoy it. And at the same time, so important for everybody to just participate in the chat and jump in there with comments. That's a big deal as well. You know that's valuable. So let's wait a couple minutes here, and then everybody's going to get on it. It'll be great. Here we go. Enjoy some of this while we start. There, how about that? A little bit of a piano and organ solo there at a Drifters concert I was working. How fun is that? And so we're live today. Thank you so much for being here. So with that, I got people clicking in and checking it out. The topic today was moving forward, don't quit, be real. And with that, we're going to talk about this whole idea of what this amounts to. Is it possible that you're spending lots of time getting ready, but you're not really getting anything going? And so my suggestion today is make a determination that you're going to stop getting ready, stop preparing, line up the opportunities and the situations that you've got going right now that you think might be happening, and then within the next week, make a decision, get something going, and move on it. It may not be optimal. It may not be the very best that you can imagine, but it's something. Now, here's the deal, is that just like when I found I had some clients drop out into last year, I had some other situation come up. It's like it opened up an opportunity for me to do something I never expected to do, or I thought about doing, but it didn't seem like it would work out. But then I just jumped right in there, and now good things are happening. And at the same time, other opportunities are coming my way that, I've got some additional appointments, some conversations going with some people, and you never know. You never know what can happen. But if you don't keep moving forward, it's kind of like you stop over here and these things stop too that you're not really touching. It's kind of odd how that works. So, number one, let's go back to that saying, move forward, don't quit, be real. Moving forward means keep putting one foot in front of another on what it is you're trying to do. And don't say retire. If you happen to be, in your 50s and 60s or 70s or 80s, don't say retire. If you're younger, I know you're not saying retire anyway. And if you think you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s that retirement is a great idea, here's what's really the great idea. The great idea is get yourself in a position where you can do what you want to do. Not necessarily retire, because the tension and the challenge and the vitality that working and being productive brings to you is what keeps you alive and going. How many people do you hear about that they retired and then it's like a first slide into the grave? Well, don't do that. So many of my friends and many of you watching right now could retire, but you know better. You know that you need to stay very, very active and successful and productive helping others. That's what I do. That's what you do. If you were thinking about retiring in the conventional sense where you just go out and, play pickleball and that's it, and watch TV, please don't do that to yourself. Also, your health. Make sure you're eating well. You're taking your vitamins. Maybe you got balance of nature. That's a great thing to take. And you're getting plenty of exercise. Keep going. Younger people, 20s, 30s, 40s. Hey, same for you. Stay healthy. Keep going. Keep driving forward. Don't get in a rut. So now we said, we're going to don't quit. So you get into this, and then now a little bit of quasi depression sets in when things aren't going the way you expected them to go. Don't quit. Please don't quit. Figure out what's the next positive, productive thing I can do. Make sure that you get up in the morning, you drink that cup of coffee or juice or whatever you do, walk the dog, and immediately jump on the computer or the telephone or go to the office, whatever it is your next thing is that you can do that's productive, and do it. And do it. You can do it. If you find yourself laying back down in that bed, slouching back in that chair and turn on the TV, and then next thing you know, it's 2 hours later, you're hurting yourself. You have to consciously keep moving forward. And I don't care. Right now, we're coming out of that whole COVID thing and that whole situation. We literally have, and you may be one of them, young people that were finishing out the last couple of years of their school where you didn't hardly get any education at all. And then the whole motivation to go out and work and everything was destroyed because it was like, stay at home and look at the computer. Google stuff and play games. And then e-learning, which didn't work for a lot of people. Well, fight that, battle that. You can do it. So what we say, don't quit. When you start to look at your situation and you're trying to move forward, but oh man, you keep doing it, nothing good happens, avoid that temptation to become depressed and quit. Oh, we've got some people here. What do we got here? Hello, Brother Goodwin. Yes, he says, tough times don't last. Tough people do. Good morning, PDT Associates, Jay Skinner. Good morning to you, Ron Goodwin. And this is a friend of mine that I met a number of years ago when we were right there in the middle of all that pandemic crazy stuff. And it was Ron and me and a whole bunch of other people got together every morning to celebrate and be together and keep things going, along with Jeffrey Gitomer, the king of sales. And that was like 4 years ago or longer. Unbelievable, isn't it? But then within about a year of getting involved in that, I started this Buyers and Sellers show, daily broadcast. Ron was on it a lot at that time, and I see him every now and then because he's out there doing it and getting it. And he's not quitting. Ron, good to see you. This is what I encourage you to do. Now, kind of cool, next month will be my 3-year anniversary. And if everything works out, you can only imagine who might be there with me on the 3-year anniversary to celebrate a little bit of what I've done the last 3 years on the Buyers and Sellers show. And we've all done together. Many of you have grown with me as part of this. But right now, Jeffrey Gitomer, the king of sales, is going to be on with me to celebrate that. And I think it's the first week of February. Watch the announcements. Stay up on my channel and you'll see when it comes up. But we'll celebrate 3 years consecutive Friday mornings on the Buyers and Sellers show. And I'm bringing Jeffrey on because it was him who inspired me with his book called Go Live, and then his going live every morning for months and months and months and months as we were going through the pandemic, that really helped me keep going and helped many of you keep going. And those of you that didn't have the opportunity to be part of that, you're here today and you are continuing to go because of, I don't know what, but jump in there in the comments and tell me what your thoughts are about this topic and how you have done and what's kept you going. If you want to jump in there and type it in comments, this is a great time to do it. So back to the topic. Here we go. Don't quit. Moving forward. Be real. What does that mean? What does be real mean? Well, you saw it mentioned in my notes that faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. And many of you plow forward. And I will tell you, quite frankly, a lot of people spend a lot of time on this mindset, which I'm talking about, which is important. That's the faith side of moving forward and being successful. But the other part of it is the actual work, the actual step forward, one foot in front of another, make it happen. And that's where you need to be moving. You don't quit, you move forward. And you move forward a little bit incrementally. Just imagine this. For those of you that are in sales and you have to contact prospects, just think about this. If all you did was contact one new person a day to talk to about your business and get acquainted and begin the process, the sales process of becoming familiar with one another and maybe doing business together, well, that would be 5 a week times 52 minus 2, let's say you take 2 weeks vacation somewhere along the line, times 50, that's 100 new prospects every year. What could you do with 100 new prospects where you spent time to get to know them and make good things happen? It would be great. I dare say most of you aren't contacting and cultivating 100 new prospects a year. If you were, it would be showing in your sales. So take a deep breath and just select to do something simple like that. Not 5 a day, not 10 a day, but how about just 1 a day? Now, if you can do more, that's great. But consistency is so important. So you get moving. You don't quit when it's depressing, okay? And you feel like, I'm so tired, I want to lay down. Don't do it. And then what's the last thing? What's the last thing? What's the last thing? Be real. Be real about what you're setting your goals, your intentions to do, and make sure it's something that you know or you're pretty confident that you can do. Then great things are going to happen. Are you ready to do that? Is that something you can do? Now, if you want to comment here, these shows, when it's just me, I'm riffing on a topic, we're talking about things, really, this is the point. I don't need to go on and on and on and on, but if you got some comments and you want to say something right now, just remember when you type it in, hit send, it can take 20 seconds for it to get to me, and sometimes I'm signing off before I see it. So if that happens, forgive me. But then people are catching the replay, and this is valuable for people on the replay. Not just motivational, but set a goal. Pick some things that you can do to put that one foot in front of another and start moving forward. And then let me know how it went. Be thinking in detail with emotion on a daily basis what you want to have happen and what you'd like to have happen, because that's what's going to show up in your life. And we've got some more comments. Here we go. How about this? Jacob Dennis, hello, watching from Israel. I'm glad you're inspired, Jacob. And Jacob and I have talked some. He's doing a great work completing his education in Israel. He's from Liberia, and he started a Christian school there. And I'm involved with the Christian Leadership Training International, which has a big Christian school in a neighboring town to Jacob's. And we're working to try to get together, and Dr. Boer, who you've seen, if you haven't, go back to my playlist and you get to know Dr. Boer from Liberia, who's building and managing that, is going to be talking with Jacob and his people, and we'll see if we can all work together in Liberia to benefit what he's got right now, something like 230 kids in Liberia desiring a great Christian education, and he's got the school going, and we're going to see if we can all work together to make it even better. So how cool is that, Jacob? Good to see you. Stay safe in Israel. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Anyway, Everybody, this is the Buyers and Sellers Show. Now, why do we call that? Well, we're all kind of buyers and sellers. Maybe it's I'm selling these ideas. Hope you're buying them. I'm buying my own ideas, my own thoughts. I'm out there buying in the world as a plastic pallet guy, and I buy supplies and I buy raw materials and I buy, machines or whatever I need in order to do my plastic pallet work. And then I sell the pallets. Or as I'm doing the CEO extender, I'm working with business owners to try to get things done. And that's either fractionally, a little bit on a part-time basis, or even in a full-time basis with the right company. And there's great options out there. Oh my gosh, right now, if you're looking for someone to work with you to help grow your business and get some things done in sales, marketing, operations, whatever else you need, that really there's not enough you to go around, and within your own organization you just don't have the bandwidth to get it done, call me. We could be a great fit. And I have several of those kinds of calls and visits coming up, and I'm in the middle of some preliminary work right now with some companies, and I dare say that within the next month or so I'll probably be doing something full-time with one big company, and that'd be great. I'm looking forward to something like that as well. But however it goes, what I keep doing is putting one foot in front of another, and I let God bring me the opportunities. I have faith that it's going to happen and good things are coming, and I also am doing the things I need to do one step at a time. Those are the works to make sure it can happen. Put yourself in a position to be successful, everyone. And today you've watched the Buyers and Sellers Show. And remember that you're used to seeing me, many of you watch me play the piano at the beginning. And I'm going to take us out with a little Drifters concert that I was playing back a while back. And I want to thank you all for coming to the Buyers and Sellers Show. I'm Jay Skinner. We'll be back same time, same channel. Please be there. Can't wait to see you. Bye now. I like to sing and do it, 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 and do it. Say you be running all over town now. Well, I guess you better put your flat feet on the ground. All right. See you next week. Thanks for coming.